Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the second episode of the Switch It Up podcast, a podcast dedicated to the system that we know and love so well, the Nintendo Switch. And I am here with my faithful partner, Mr. Setrav.
That's right, brother.
We're
back, episode 2.
Back by demand, I can happily say. I want to reach out and just say a quick thank you to everybody who's been engaging with us over on Twitter. We had some excellent conversation today for May the 4th, even though I'm not a big Star Wars guy.
I'm huge into it. The games, at least. I do love the Rogue Squadron. I spent so much time on those games, especially the N64 one, after you found out that they, secretly put in the Naboo ship into there months and months, even like a year in advance. You just needed that code from Nintendo Power.
Oh, dude, and N64 actually had a lot of good Star Wars games. I mean, personally, my favorite was probably, one of the launch games, actually, that Shadows of the Empire game. I thought that was, awesome, that third-person shooter.
Game, man.
That, it blew my mind when that came out. I'm like, nothing will ever look this good.
Little did we know.
And I also really like the Pod Racer game.
Dude, I was all about pod racing. That was so fun back in the day. I think I did that a little bit more than Diddy Kong Racing even.
Ooh, hey now. Hey, that's a little too rich for my blood, sir. I don't know. I don't know if you can just go ahead and say that. But yeah, that game was a lot of fun. It was pretty grindy. You had to go through and upgrade your car and stuff, or your pod racer, I guess. But
I loved it.
It was fun, man.
The Bulba.
Yeah, I had a good time with it, man. Speaking of having a good time, why don't we go ahead and just switch gears over into our second segment, the inventory. The inventory is our segment where we like to talk about kind of what we've recently been playing, what we're getting into on the Nintendo Switch. We're starting to get more and more releases, so actually, I gotta say, I don't think I only played Zelda one night last week.
Really?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've been on the Mario Kart kick.
Have you
recently.
now?
Yeah, dude, I'm having a great time with Mario Kart 8 Plus or 8 Deluxe, excuse me.
Yeah,
I'm loving it, dude. I'm working my way through trying to get the 3 stars on all the different cups, and I'm getting there. I had some time to do some online tournaments, and I read that a lot of people are having problems with an intermittent connection, but I've had no lag, man. I don't know about you.
I mean, that's hot. I have yet to do an online battle. I played maybe 3 or 4 different circuits in the Mario Kart. I had some people over. We did a nice, basically a LAN party. We got to use the JoyCons separately. First time I did that.
How was that?
2-on-2 races. It was interesting. The controllers themselves are very, very small. So I definitely think an accessory would be great to pick up. Something that would, extend that half controller into a fuller one, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of fun, though. I had a really good time. People that hadn't played video games in years. Our friend of the show, Kevin.
Great guy.
He played. He enjoyed it. He won a few races. Beat the dude team. It was great. Good times having Mario Kart again. I'm stoked at the idea of a Mario Party even more now.
Oh my god, man! If we could get a really good Mario Party again, I would be so. It's like that meme of Butters. I would be so happy.
I would be so happy. Clyde, right?
Mario, those games were great. Even if we could just get I would even just take a re-release of the Nintendo 64 ones on the eShop when it finally launches. To be honest with you.
Hopefully that would be incredible.
Because Mario Party on the Wii U really was just really wasn't the same. It got super strange. I just wanted to go back to that board game style. It'd be cool to be able to see the pieces move around on the Switch or something. If you could set it down a board game, and obviously still be able to connect it to the TV. But I love Mario Party, man. So I really hope we do get that. What was the battle mode like? Because I did play online, but I just did one of the online tournaments where you just race. I have not done battle mode yet. Can you?
Neither have I.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said you did the old school battle mode with the balloons and stuff.
No, I wanted to. We were thinking about it, but it was still straight racing.
Yeah, man. It's funny because when I first heard that Mario Kart was coming back, I was that was what I was so stoked for. I was I can't wait. This is what was missing from Mario Kart 8. This is awesome. And then it came out and I jumped right into the cups and I didn't even look back.
Yeah. Oh my God. The cups are a good time. Having these extra levels, the Zelda levels. I did race as Link. I really enjoyed being able to play as him. I did well with Link.
Is Link
haven't really found my niche again because I'm a Wario guy, but I know you like to use Wario as well. So I figure when the time comes for us to do battle online, I can't pull out my old faithful there.
No, man, definitely. I'm a huge Wario guy. What type of vehicle do you use? Are you a cart guy or a bike guy?
I'm a cart guy. You're definitely a cart guy.
You know, that's funny because when I first saw like that we were gonna have like carts and bikes and stuff, I was like, "There's no way I'm using a motorcycle." And now, like, that's all I'm about. I'm about that like aero bike life because I feel like you can just drift so much further on one of them, and drifting is absolutely essential. There are courses on here that if you can't drift, like Tokyo Drift style, you can't get anywhere.
Mario Kart is ridiculous now. BT dubs. It's so much going on in these levels. Like I halfway through one of those Mushroom Kingdoms, I was like, oh my god, I've been upside down this whole time. I am upside down flying on a kart track.
But the courses are just like so great. Do you have like a favorite course like off the top of your head? I know we should be moving on to the next segment, but I'm having a good time. What's one of your favorite courses?
I definitely love the Hyrule Castle.
The Hyrule one?
You
know, it's funny you say that because one of my favorites is Bowser's Castle with all the fire.
And like Bowser's Castle's a classic.
Yeah, man. I really like that one. That's a great game, man. I'm having an awesome time with Mario Kart. We're gonna make sure that maybe we throw our friend codes in the show notes because I would love to be able to get out there and play Mario Kart with some of you guys and gals,
absolutely,
for that matter. But that being said, let's go ahead and shift gears since we're in the Mario Kart mode, and we're going to go ahead and move on into Potent Power-Ups, our news segment, where we talk all about some of the, things that are being discussed over in the wonderful world of Nintendo Switch. I got a couple, really, that I want to bring out, and one is like a personal story, one that happened to me, that I lived through. It was horrible. Is that right? It was horrible. I'm going to tell you guys like a tale of Switch terror.
Wow.
Yeah. So, if you can remember a couple weeks back, you have Super Bomberman R, right?
Oh, you know it.
Oh, dude, right? So you were excited when that came out. I was excited.
Absolutely. That storyline is hella good.
Yeah. And see, and I spent the money on the Switch and Zelda, and I was like, it's kind of a pretty penny to lay out there right away. But I had the hunger, so I thought, let me grab the copy of Super Bomberman R. And I don't know if you remember, but a few listings were popping up on Amazon where it was dirt cheap, like you could buy Super Bomberman R for $10, and I'm like, listen, I don't know how this is possible, but I am in full support. So I bought one and it was canceled, then I bought another one and it was canceled, and my our good friend of the show, Mr. Alejo, also was going around with me trying to grab one of these copies that were cheap, and finally I found one that was $19, and I'm like, that's super, it's still cheaper than normal, but not totally unrealistic. Maybe it's used, or maybe the box is messed up, whatever. We'll see what happens. And sure enough, it turned out that it was actually a fake Amazon seller account, and somehow they were actually able to get my password for Amazon Prime reset, and when I woke up, I couldn't even log into it. It was super crazy, man. I never filled out any form or anything like that. All I did was place in regular order in the Amazon store like I would normally. So just a heads up, if you keep seeing all these fake listings for Nintendo Switch stuff, you can see it if you search for any of the games, some of these really low price things, especially with the Switch too. If you ever see someone selling the Switch for $129, not legit. And if you ever wonder I wonder why they're selling it this cheap. They can't possibly be making any money. It's not a money game. It's a lock you out of your account game. Yeah, it's so weird because you would think
they got your IP.
You would think that you have to give them some type of information, or you have just to at least click a link. Legit with Amazon, apparently all you need to get your password reset is your email. You don't need anything else. And if when you become a seller, you have access to people's just email address. But somehow they were able to do that, and I thought that was crazy that it was so easy to get my password reset just with my email address. It seems like there should be some other type of clarification there, but for some reason, there was not, and that's why two-step authentication has been invented. But that is one little tale of terror that I wanted to share with you guys. But we'll move on to something a little bit more fun. Have you seen any of these JoyCon shells on AliExpress?
I think I have actually. Those are the ones that are like the steering wheels, right?
No.
No.
So basically, right? So you familiar with the AliExpress, sir?
Not really.
Well, you might have just finished class, but don't you worry, sir. School is in session right here on the Switch It Up show. AliExpress is a website that you can go to that puts you in like contact with like a lot of products that you can buy directly from China that you just normally wouldn't be able to find, and it's all types of, it's like anything. Like if you wanted to buy like DVD cases and you wanted to get them super cheap, you could go there. Like anything you can imagine. And you get it to buy it right from like Chinese
That's where
manufacturers.
you're going to buy the pieces of the phones.
Yep.
You want to build your own cell phone.
Exactly. You see that video on YouTube too?
I did, in fact.
It was amazing, right?
I thought it was so inquisitive and interesting.
I'm throwing it in the show notes because I think people should watch it. It's super cool.
Really
Watch this guy build this iPhone.
Cool.
Yeah, so basically AliExpress lets you go and buy all these parts directly from manufacturers, and there are a couple people out there, and if you check the Nintendo Switch subreddit, you'll find it, and they have shells, or basically it's like replacement plastic housing for the Joy-Con. So right now, like I have a red and blue Joy-Con, and I have two of the gray ones, but you basically open up your Joy-Con and move all of the switches into this shell and close it up. And people have like crazy colors and stuff like that. They have like the neon orange, there's purple ones. It comes in like all different colors, and they're like $11.
Oh, dude, I like that.
I like it too, man. But I mean, I'm a little bit too. I feel like I'm a little bit too nervous. Joy-Con's expensive to open up, and if you make one mistake, that it ain't cheap, man.
No, to get a new one.
No, but I mean, it does look super cool. Maybe after enough time goes by, or if one of my Joy-Cons like breaks or something, I'll go and get one of these shells. But if you are interested in it, just go over to AliExpress and search for like Joy-Con shells. But remember, you open up your Joy-Con, you're definitely gonna void your warranty. So if you go down that path, make sure that you look up some type of instructions or something. And if you do it, and you do it successfully, send us a tweet over at Switch It Up Show on Twitter, and we'll be more than happy to get back to you. And then the last thing I want to talk about, which I feel like is a weird thing to be pumped about, but that's actually the Nintendo Parental Controls app for the Switch. Have you seen this?
Is that right?
Yeah, man, I think it's cool. And not necessarily because it's like parental controls, but more so that Nintendo is I feel like they're kind of turning over a new leaf with all these apps and stuff in the App Store. I feel like they're really kind of coming into their own when it comes to harnessing the power of the internet to interact with their devices. So I based on that, I'm hoping that this is going to mean that once the Nintendo service launches, it's going to be really well thought out. There's going to be a lot of cool things that we can do. But basically, with the Nintendo Switch Parental Controls app, you can set different limits for the account. You can say all right, this is when it can be on. These are the games you can play. This is the games you can purchase. And it gives the kid like little pop-ups in the corner, little notifications that are okay, you have 15 minutes, you have this many minutes left, and it's just a cool way to do it. And I saw that in there, and I was like, wow, there's not another app, there's not an app like that for Xbox One, there's not an app like that for PlayStation. They have things you can turn on, but not from your phone like that. So I'm like, good for you, Nintendo. You're really feel like you're turning over, like a new leaf. You're trying hard, and that's really,
they really are.
It's really all I want. That's it. That's all I got for the news, man.
That's all you got on news?
That's all I got. That's all I brought to the table. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that news. If you guys have something cool, let us know. We'll talk about it on the next show. That's all we got time for today.
Yeah. I'm into that. That's fine.
Right? So then we're going to go over into new releases, sir. Some of the games that are coming out. Now, you're going to have to wait a couple days for one of these. But the other one is actually out already.
Okay.
So let's talk about the one that is out. Have you seen Tumbleseed? It's actually over in the eShop right now.
I have not yet seen Tumbleseed.
So Tumbleseed, basically, it looks like you're controlling the seed that goes up and down a mountain, and there's all types of different obstacles that are in your way. It looks super cool, but it's a little bit on the expensive side. I think it's $20. But it looks neat. Do you like any of those endless scroller type games?
A little bit. I like some of them,
I know you like a lot of the cell phone type games. So this kind of reminded me of that. You have to try to
Tetris style.
Yeah,
the little puzzles.
Yeah, it's you're constantly moving and different things you have to interact with. And actually, the website is super cool. As you're on the website to try to get to it, since the whole screen scrolls up as you was sending out, and the scroll for the website is reversed. So you have to scroll up. It's cool looking. It looks like it's $14. So I think I'm right because everything seems to be a little bit more expensive on the Switch. I think it is $20 on the.
That's too much. I think.
Man. And that's the one problem. Like
a game like that, like I play all these games for free already on the mobile device, and to drop $20 on something like that, not for me.
Yeah, man. And I'm actually, that reminds me of, have you seen the game Voez? It's like VOEZ.
I think so.
Yeah, that game's like, I think it's like $27, and it's actually a mobile game too. And it's basically like DDR, but for the Switch, and you use your hands. Yeah, you you have to click the buttons and slide and move them around and stuff like that. And I thought it was kind of cheesy, but I downloaded the mobile game because it's the same. I was in the same boat. I was like, I don't drop $30 on this, but I'll try it on the phone. And it was a lot. It was like I say, it was a lot of fun, man. If it was $15, I probably would have bought it. But I'm like, I'm not gonna pay $30 for this. No. So I don't know. That seems to be one challenge I've noticed with the Switch is you have some of these games that are pretty much a mobile game, but a little bit too on the expensive side. But
I'll take that.
But yeah, but you can check out Tumbleseed. It is on the eShop right now. So if you've played that, let us know what you think of it, and maybe there'll be a sale. I'm hoping there's some type of awesome sale once the eShop comes out. Hoping, crossing my fingers.
God, right.
And then next week, on the 9th, we actually have NBA Playgrounds coming out. Have you seen and or heard of this?
I have. I think it looks a lot like the old NBA Jam.
Yeah, man. I really, really liked NBA Jam.
NBA Street. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, that's true. It does look like that one.
But I loved NBA Street.
We were right there. So this is actually going to sell for $19.99. Now, for that price, considering we were just talking about, stuff's getting a little pricey, what do you think?
That sounds reasonable.
Okay, so you're
for a game like that, because it looks a lot like NBA Street. NBA Street was hours and hours and hours of fun. I would love to play it. I feel like $20, good enough price for me.
Good enough for you. That's fair. It seems like it's basically you play it's like 2-on-2, so it's a little bit less than like NBA Jam where you have more players on the field.
3-on-3.
And it comes out the 9th. It plays up to 4 people. So I don't know. I'm excited for that. If there's a demo, I think I'll definitely download it and try it out and see what I think. Or if you can play online, that might be cool. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to. I think I might rather just get NBA Jam if it comes out in the eShop, to be honest with you.
See, that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that would be a good time.
Going back to NBA Jam from downtown.
Yeah, I definitely want all those call outs and stuff. Otherwise, it's not NBA Jam
without
without that. Yeah, I feel like that definitely makes it. All right, sir. We're going to close out with one more quick segment, and that's going to be our Let's Play, which is our review segment of the show. And I wanted to take a moment to talk about Vroom the Night Sky. Now, Vroom, like vroom vroom, like a car. Like the sound that your car makes when you head over to the movie tickets to watch a movie purchased that you bought the tickets for with Atom Tickets, the official sponsor of the Preach Network. Now, not only with Atom Tickets can you buy your tickets, but you can invite your friends and you can also order your concessions. One of my favorite things about Atom Tickets, hands down, my concessions are waiting for me. And if you're a new person to download Atom Tickets, for your first time that you use it, if you use the promo code PREESHUS, PREESHUS, you will save $5 off your total. Now, notice how I phrase that, ladies and gentlemen, your total. So it could be $5 off of a popcorn. It could be $5 off of a movie ticket. It's kind of crazy. You're going to get something for free if you use that promo code. But Vroom the Night Sky, let me tell you, this is a game, it's different. It's different. And
how so?
Well, I myself, Mr. Travis, I'm sure you know, I'm a contrarian, I feel like. Not really by choice. It's just I want to root for, I want to root for something when, it's it's people are giving it a hard time.
You like the bad guy.
Yeah.
I like gimmick.
Exactly.
You love the Miz.
Yeah, I do like the Miz. This game really got a lot of hate, so I was like, it can't be that bad. I really want to get behind it and give it a shot. So I downloaded Vroom the Night Sky, and basically in it, right, I'm gonna use basically you are a girl, and you are kind of like you have like the powers of magic, and you have to fly around the night sky on a motorcycle, hence Vroom. And you have to fly around the night sky collecting like these stars, like these like almost like stardust, like power. And you're on a timer, and you have to fly around the level, and you collect the stardust. And at the end of the level, once you've collected it all, you get a score based on how fast you've collected it, and then you go on to the next level. And you basically, get a high score, get money, upgrade your motorcycle, and then later on in the game, you're actually like competing against other magical girls who are trying to collect stardust. But it's very much like, have you played Superman 64?
Yeah.
It's very much like fly through the rings and get the stuff. Now here's the thing.
Play like Superman 64?
No, I gotta say the controls aren't horrible. But the problem is it's slow.
So it's like Nights into Dreams.
Yeah, but it's slower than that. Like when you see when you see it, it takes a while to get there. And now maybe that's because I didn't play. I didn't beat the game. But you can basically go through and like upgrade your bike, and you can definitely get a faster bike than what you first start out with. But I mean, it takes a while to get from point A to point B, and the competition that you tend to run into really isn't that difficult. I never felt like I was like, oh, okay, like maybe the hard part or the twist of this is like I have to get over there before they get there so I can get the stardust. But it didn't, like, I didn't feel that like sense of urgency. That just wasn't there. And because that wasn't there, I was like, this really, like, I just don't get it. Now, that being said, Mr. Trav, I feel like a lot of people are giving this game a super hard time because they're like, oh, this game is like, like junk. All I have to do is go from point A to point B and like finish it.
You make it sound like trash.
Well, that's the thing, man. I don't think this game is for us.
No?
No. Like, there's no reason, like why are, like, I'm a 30-year-old dude. Like, there's no reason that I should be playing Vroom the Night Sky. But if you are, like, if you're new to like video games, if you're like a little kid and, you're playing a game and you're like 5, you can put it together that you're like, oh, okay, I got to go get the stars and I got to go back to this place. And then maybe I can buy like a new bike. Like,
sounds like the kind of game my niece would love.
I'm telling you, this is a game for little kids. And I feel
going
like
on 3 years old. I
feel like if you keep that in context, I feel like it's not, it's not unplayable. The music is pretty cool. There's only like one song, which kind of like repeats, but it's not bad. No. And the translation is a little off, because it was previously only in the Japanese store, but has since been released in the American store, and the wording is not perfect. But that being said, the wording is simple so that if you were like a little kid, you would understand what to do. So like, I'm not going to give like, listen, would I recommend that if you are an adult that you go out and buy this game for yourself to play? No. However, if you have like kids or you have like younger kids that are coming over to your house, or maybe you just want to put on a game where like, this is a perfect game that you can just put on and just like play. Maybe you just want to do something and kind of like really space out. This is a game that you could do it with. I don't think it deserves quite all the hate that it's getting, because that would be like you like picking up like Spot Goes to the Zoo and being like, oh, I can't believe Spot made it to the zoo and nothing went wrong. How dare everything turn out? These Spot books aren't adventurous at all. I'd be like, that's right, Seth, you're reading like Spot. Like, it's not the same. It's not the same thing to judge. But that being said, Vroom the Night Sky, for most people, not so much. But for a younger audience, why not? You could definitely do worse. But that's all we're going to have time for here on the Switch It Up show, Mr. Trav. I want to thank you for letting me host this episode. I think we're going to go pass back and forth. And I want to thank all of you out there for interacting with us over on Twitter at Switch It Up Show. You can listen to the show not only on iTunes, Stitcher, you can catch us on Preach.us, and be sure if you head out to the movies this week to purchase your tickets with Adam Tickets, use that promo code PREACHUS. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what, if things start to get boring, Switch it up.